offense or successful offense, but Ty Lue wants to see a faster-paced game. John Wall can certainly deliver that. Russell opens up the game on a transition three.
That time, D. Russ was able to maintain his footing on the sideline, knock in the three, and right back at you. Here comes Toronto is a team that across the board is just long, athletic. The Clippers are deeper from a skill position perspective, but you can see that, and once again, there he is. What you'll see, too, the reckless abandon that John played with when he was younger, you won't see that now. It's more calculating. Beautiful pass that time to Naz Reid inside by Russell.
By the Wolves, finds Kawhi up top for three. It is short. Long rebound goes to Zoo. George left alone in the corner. That provokes a three, holds the finish, and then backpedals. Very happy to shoot the three in this first quarter. 9 already. Leather larceny with Russell to beat Leonard. Giant strides and a graceful glide.
But that's something that we're going to see routinely from John Wall.
Edwards, he's good. And Lays did in this offseason. We'll talk about the real acquisition a little bit later on in this one. As Towns off the glass, it is good, counted and a foul. No.
Yes, yeah. Our fans are intelligent enough to know that.
They are intelligent fans.
Thank
you. Building the drama.
Well, I killed it earlier.
You did. Yeah. Russell the other way with the flush. One time, 2 games in Seattle where the crowd was so appreciative. Big block there by Anderson on Batum. And Ivica Zubac goes down underneath the basket, but it's Edewanda high, and he is a playmaker off the bench. Reed unable to convert. Good defense inside. Man, Jackson left alone for 3. Book it.
Karl-Anthony Towns had somewhat of a illness that kept him out of some preseason games, so that was a cause for concern for the Timberwolves.
Championship pieces that you just need. Maybe doesn't grab all the headlines, but behind the scenes getting a lot of things done for the Clippers. Jackson for 3. It's good. There's no line on the Vegas.
Okay.
And the Vegas
You
boards.
sure?
Positive.
Okay.
Prince for 3.
A lot of people talked about, well, could John assimilate himself to a new role? Speaking of which, and Kawhi just darts down the middle to a new role and not score. He hasn't done it in the past. Well, he had be a distributor, but he also had, in order for the Wizards to win games, he had to score.
Oh, did I miss that?
Right there, and Kawhi able to knock it right over the top.
Forbes moves well without the ball, but Covington erases it. George, Morris, he dunked it! Look at the bench go crazy. Daniels leaks out, but the Clippers do well to get back in transition. Edwards swivels down the lane. He's aggressive, and he is very good if he can take flight. Like he embraces, he wants the spotlight. Pocket picked by George. Transition 3 going 2 for 1, and he knocks it in. It's between the 2 timers. Tough pass for Batum, turns it over. 4 seconds. McDaniels. A wild swipe by George, a whistle and a foul. Only game in downtown Los Angeles for the Clippers in the preseason. And on Wednesday, we'll be in Ontario to take on the Nuggets. Morris for 3.
Kawhi starts off slow and John Wall starts off slow. So what? You got guys that can fill the void. We saw that last year. Now, it is important that they gain some rhythm.
That's going to open the door for a Norman Powell and Amir Coffey, a Brandon Boss, and Terrence Mann to get even more extended minutes. Nice 3 there by John Wall. Armed with all the information tonight. Towns leaves it short. Here we go. You're all clear, kid. George! Oh! Who knew he was Dutch? Goes for the windmill. 75-6. An injury. It was kind of the way the year went for the Clippers. Good to have him back. Lob upstairs to McDaniel. Russell comes away with the rebound. 7.5 to play in a third. Towns for 3.
Philosophies are the same because of the depth of the leagues. Not a lot of easy nights as there was before.
Jackson into Zoo. Surrounded by defenders. Great ball movement. Covington spoon feeds the big fella inside. Towns tries to go ISO on Ivica Zubac. And while Towns has skill on the perimeter, foot speed is not one of them. But he does have.
Was able to get in front and stay in front of Edwards, who ultimately got that layup.
Jackson sizes up his defender, hesitates, pulls the trigger, counted on a foul. Person as a player, just awesome. Anyway, continue with championship.
Well, what they have is players who understand their role.
Wall shows off the handles. McLaughlin does a great job of staying in front of him, but sometimes the talent is just too.
What Chris Finch has in mind for that, I know Clipper fans are very familiar with, of course, Austin.
And think highly of him. Denver, who brought Austin Rivers to bring him back. It tells you what kind of a presence he is on the locker room. As a former Clipper, I'm rooting for him.
Now it becomes easier for you to kind of assimilate yourself to that and then make the adjustment. Second, you are accustomed to for a player like that, if that were to happen.
Nice recovery from Mann. Here comes Wall back the other way. By the way, I don't think Luke Kennard has missed a shot in a month of Sundays. Oh, behind the back and down the hatch. John Wall dazzles the crowd here tonight.
So they didn't really need to utilize the free throw line like some teams who struggle offensively.
Covington for three, in and out, and then back in again.
Coming off of last year.
They're hot. I've been high on Memphis since the bubble. Reed thunders it in with the right hand. A terrific game on Monday night in Seattle against the Blazers. Rivers, strong drive to the rim, count it, and a foul, and observe the victory for the Clippers after the starters sat out that second half. Rivers makes the extra pass to the sniper Forbes. The three is true.
Diabate, I didn't see who the second Clipper player was, but that opened it up to get that three-point shot and right back at you.
Saying that Utah and San Antonio are trying to be the victor for Victor. Did you see what I...
You know what's interesting about that, too, is that you only have about a 14% chance to get the first pick. You know what I mean? Within that, trying to play.
Thought we would see a prospect that is more heralded than LeBron James. Think about that.
Yeah. Knew, and he knows his body very well, and he was always coordinated.
He was 100 inches at birth. Have some time, but not a lot of wiggle room. Boston cuts the lead down to 2. Coffee to trigger it in. Boston for the win. No overtime here in downtown Los Angeles. 119-117. The Clippers dropped their first game in the preseason.